Russian Sukhoi 25s in action against Ukrainian targets. Can Donald Trump stop missions like this? He has repeatedly said his top priority is to quickly end the war if he wins the 5th November US presidential election. Two key advisors have presented him with a potential plan. It involves telling Ukraine it will only get more US weapons if it enters peace talks. The United States would at the same time warn Moscow that any refusal to negotiate would result in increased support for Ukraine. Retired Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg, one of Trump's national security advisors, has said in an interview to Reuters the strategy has been presented to Trump. The Republican presidential candidate responded favourably. He added, "The plan has been drawn up by Kellogg and Fred Fleitz. They served as chiefs of staff in Trump's National Security Council during his 2017 to 2021 presidency. There would be a ceasefire based on prevailing battle lines during peace talks," Fleitz said. Trump's spokesperson Steven Cheung, though, clarified only statements made by Trump or authorized members of his campaign should be deemed official.
Morning, Mr. President.
The Kremlin said any peace plan proposed by a possible future Trump administration would have to reflect the reality on the ground. But, added Russian President Vladimir Putin, remains open to talks. Putin told foreign editors in a meet on the 5th of June that he did not rule out a US policy shift.
Трудно сказать. Я не могу сделать однозначного вывода, изменится что-то или нет. Вы понимаете, это нужно посмотреть на приоритеты будущей администрации.
The value of any plan lies in the nuances and in taking into account the real state of affairs on the ground, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov also said. The core elements of the potential Trump plan were outlined in a publicly available research paper published by the America First Policy Institute. It's a Trump-friendly think tank where Kellogg and Fleitz hold leadership positions. Kellogg said it would be crucial to get Russia and Ukraine to the negotiating table quickly if Trump wins the election. "We tell the Ukrainians, you've got to come to the table, and if you don't come to the table, support from the United States will dry up," he said. "And you tell Putin he's got to come to the table, and if you don't come to the table, then we'll give Ukrainians everything they need to kill you in the field." The US has delivered Army Tactical Missile Systems or ATACMS like these in South Korea to Ukraine. Russia blamed the US for responsibility for a Crimea attack on Sunday with these missiles. They have a 300-kilometer range. A lasting peace in Ukraine would require additional security guarantees for Ukraine, Kellogg and Fleitz said. Fleitz added that arming Ukraine to the teeth was likely to be a key element of that. According to Trump aide's research paper, Moscow would also be coaxed to the table with the promise of NATO membership for Ukraine being put off for an extended period. The proposal would mark a big shift in the US position on the war and would face opposition from European allies and Ukraine.
Якщо Російська Федерація не буде нести відповідальність за весь обсяг військових злочинів, які вони вчиняють на території України, то це буде тільки стимулювати, продовжувати агресивну кампанію. Просто війна перейде в інші формати до моменту початку, там, наприклад, третього етапу гарячої війни.
Fleitz said Ukraine need not formally cede territory to Russia under their plan. Still, he said, Ukraine was unlikely to regain effective control of all its territory in the near term. The US has spent more than $70 billion on military aid for Ukraine since Moscow's re-invasion. President Biden has consistently pushed for more. His administration supports its eventual entry to NATO. Earlier this month, Biden and Zelensky signed a 10-year bilateral security arrangement.
I'm with you. I'm with you, okay?